This video is going to be slightly short because my phone needs to be charged for y'all on Instagram if you're even seeing this on Instagram Live. So first, bound fighting. Do not attempt this shit at home, especially if you don't have any martial art training whatsoever. This can be very bad, and you don't want your rope too tight that it cuts off your circulation. I'm different. That just brings on the intensity for me. Alright? No, I'm not into BDSM if anybody's asking. Which hopefully you're not asking. And Instagram is still looking for a connection. So we're going to cancel Instagram. And we're going to try it again. Alright. So, I canceled Instagram and I tried it again. Instagram, if you come in, great. If you don't come in, that's great too. For you TikTokers, and especially Miss Donna Crazy Legs, if you found me, there's your second shout out. Now, what you're about to see is me with my hands bound. About to do some demonstrations with this pole technique, or the tree technique. If you want a better reference to this technique, there is a great movie called Jim Kata. I highly recommend that you go see it. It came out in '84, starring Olympic champion Kurt Thomas, who recently passed about a year or so ago. Still having problems with Instagram. So I'm going to just restart the phone and see what happens from there. I don't know why it won't let me go live on Instagram. So we're going to restart the phone and see what happens. While that's going on, alright. So first off, fighting with your hands bound is not impossible. Highly unlikely, but not impossible. So the first thing you got to understand is your range of motion. This is your range of motion for your hands. Your feet have an unlimited range of motion, and I suck in these boot shoes. So, guys coming at you, and you block and you pull, you use a knee. You block and you pull, and you use a knee. You block, you pull, and you can short elbow, or you can uppercut, but you're going to get them this way. Their arm being here, you can elbow them here and back fist. If you can wrap your hand around there with your bindings, you can break it. It's a lot of stuff that if I had an actual human partner, I could show you better than I could tell you. But you want to put your opponent in a direction that you don't want to be in. So if he's coming at you, and he's coming on your left, it is easier for you to use an inside to outside crescent kick. That would be this, which puts him on your left. You're landing here, you pivot your foot, you run. He's coming on your right, same thing. He's over here now, you pivot your foot, and you run. That way, you have a chance to get away. Now, in the event that you want to be a glutton for punishment, if he lands there and he's in striking distance, hit him again. But there's a good chance that you've probably pissed him off and they're probably going to hurt you. So take your chance if you want. I would always tell you that a good run is better than a bad stand. Now, if you kick him this way and you get an elbow in there, that's fine. But you still need to be able to put yourself in a position to escape, which most people cannot. And I got grass on my damn thing. Okay. Now, first let me untie my shit so that I can tell you the bad side of being bound. I also need to blow my nose because it's running, the wind is blowing, it is cold as the dickens out here. Which totally sucks. I gotta get this in before I go to work. So, if your hands are bound behind you, this is that part about that good run being better than a bad stand. Alright? So there's my hands, they're bound behind me. This is very important, so you need to pay attention. Alright, so if guys coming at you, you ain't gonna be doing a whole lot of defending. Even with this much leeway, you still have an issue trying to protect yourself. Which goes back to, if you can run, if your hands tied behind your back, if you can run, run. Alright. So if guys coming at you and your hands are tied behind your back, that's a side kick. That's a front kick. Keep that shit simple. That's a side kick. That's a front kick. Keep it simple. You want to be able to escape, so you want to use crescent kicks. This is an inside to outside crescent kick, so that you see it from this way first, as I fall into this hole. And that sets you in the position to run. These pants do nothing for my ass. Same side, same thing, different angle. Outside to inside crescent kick is what I meant to say, if I didn't say that. Because you're bringing your leg from the outside to the inside. So that's what it looks like. Now from this angle. And don't fall in the holes. Now it puts you in a position to run. Now why should you run? Knew what was coming. Because your hands are tied behind your back. It's not impossible to block, but it's highly unlikely that you are going to be able to protect your fucking head when someone's punching and you can't get your hand, unless you're a contortionist like Luna the Noodle. She might be able to do this shit. I can't. My flexibility is bound by this right here and my natural flexibility. So you have to understand how fighting works. Now, your hands behind your back is better to outside-inside crescent kick or inside-outside crescent kick and run. Let's do that one more time. Outside to inside crescent kick. Inside to outside crescent kick. Hopefully that's got y'all to a point where you understand what the hell they're for. So when your hands are tied up, that kick there puts them in a position away from you and puts you in a position away from them, which gives you the opportunity to do the one thing that you probably should have done after your hands got tied up in the first place, which was run. Okay? We're going to try this Instagram shit one more time. That cleared out everything. Let's see if I can go live on Instagram. It might not let me, but I need to hurry this up. So, come on. Okay, come on. Scroll, goddammit. It's connecting, searching. Alright, let's see. How far have I gotten here? Alright, so 7 minutes in 47 seconds. I don't think Instagram's gonna happen. Yeah. And TikTok's definitely not gonna happen. So, I'm gonna just, like, lay off of that. Maybe if I cut off the internet. Come on, get off. This is why I hate technology. I can't cut the internet off. Okay, well then. I can't get the phone back on home. This is why I fucking hate technology. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, now the internet's off. Oh, I hate TV. I hate technology. It's a pain in the ass. It's checking connection now. Alright, so there's a snowball's chance in hell that Instagram's going to see this. Okay, so we're moving on. Alright, so you've got the bound fighting, and now let's say you still don't have it down packed. But let's say, unlike me, you suck at fighting. And you're bound again. You're about to see this tree technique, or pole technique, come into play. So basically this is your double whammy for the day. And Instagram still has a hiccup. So we're going to get off of fucking Instagram. Alright. Get off Instagram. See if I can Facebook Live this shit. Now if this doesn't work, we're good. Come on. Okay, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties. Clear that. I don't need no damn anything. Just go live. You know what? Alright. Screw it. We won't be going live at all. Alright. So, in the event that you are bound and you are not a good fighter, the following technique will at least give you some hope, some clarity, and a way through. Because the most dangerous weapon that you will ever have as a human being is your thought process and how fast you can accumulate a thought versus how fast you can recover from a hit. The best way to recover from a hit is to fucking not get hit. Alright, so I'm not a good fighter, but I'm caught up in some shit. And they don't want me talking. So, can't go this way because as short as I am, this thing's going to tear my head a new one. So, we don't want to do that. Getting hit by metal objects kind of hurt. I've been hit in the head with an aluminum bat once or twice before. Isn't that right, JC? Anyway, that would be my cousin who hit me with the bat because somebody, my uncle, told me to play hind catcher. Aluminum bats hurt. Not as bad as a fucking wooden bat, but they still fucking hurt. Yes, I've been hit with a wooden bat upside my head once or twice too. Like I said, I've had a few concussions. Some noted. Alright, so my hands are bound, and this is my protector. Alright? So this tree technique, or pole technique, it's decent. Basically, it's an obstacle. And this obstacle is what's going to save your ass. So in case you can't understand what's going on here, I'm going to keep this pole between me and my opponent. And my opponent comes to my right, I step left and deliver a kick. If he comes to my left, I step right and deliver a kick. The trick is that I have to keep this thing between us at all times. So basically, we're dancing. You know, you can do waltz. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. And now you do waltz with a kick. 1, boom, 2, boom, boom, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so you need that to protect you from your enemy. But the bonus part was that my hands are bound. Now, the thing about fighting with your hands tied is it can be done. The thing is, if you haven't ever had to do it, or if you've never been trained in it, I'm not going to recommend it to do it. But we're going to keep it simple. Guy's coming at me. I'm not a good fighter, so this is what I'm going to do. He's coming at this angle, so boom. Now I got him away from me. Now I'm dancing between this pole. He has no choice but to come at this pole because I'm not going to give him the choice to do anything else. He's coming on the right. I step left. Bam! I deliver a kick. I would say deliver a punch, but my hands are tied. All right? Now, using this and this rope on my favor here, there's a lot of things that I can do. I can sidestep and knee him. I can sidestep and get him over here where I can throw a kick. Whatever side he's on is the side you don't want to be on. If he's over here, you need to be over here. If he's over here, you need to be over here. It's not that difficult of a concept. You just got to be understanding how this shit works. So that if he's over here, you don't step over here and get hit. If he's over here, you don't step over here and get hit. Now, if he's on this side, you need to be on this side. You need to keep this pole between you and your opponent at all times, especially if you suck at fighting. A bad fighter can win a fight. Understand that. A bad fighter can win a fight for two exact options. And no, not because my nose is running, but because my nose is running, I have to stop for a split second to handle this drip. Gotta keep it real, y'all. Okay, so the second that you lose your head is the second the fight belongs to your enemy. The calmer you are in a fight, the better the situation will work out for you, especially if you are an experienced fighter. If you are not an experienced fighter, you need to be calm. Because it doesn't mean you're going to lose. It just means you got to figure out how to survive and keep your head at the same time. Alright? So again, he's on my right, I step left, I deliver a blow with the right. I can do it with the arm, but my hands are tied. So my feet are my best option. He's on my left, I step right, I deliver a kick with the left. I can use an arm, but again, my hands are tied. It works a whole lot easier if I keep doing what I've been doing versus doing what you want me to assume that you should do. No, assume nothing in a fight. Do not assume victory. Do not assume defeat. Just assume survival. And that's what your key focus is when you have this technique. This is a survival fighting skill because 1, my hands are tied. 2, I'm not a good fighter. But he's not superhuman. He's not going to be able to punch through this goddamn iron pole or any obstacle that you put in front of him. You can use this pillar, this push pillar, this wood. You probably can't see me. Let's try it again, because I can't see me. Now you're in danger here because there's steps. But as long as you can get over here, boom, step, boom. He's over here, step, boom. Now remember, there's stairs right here, so I can go down. So I have to be really careful. But there's also a door. So if I step here and deliver, and if I get him to bend down, I can throw him down, and I can run. And I know you're saying, why don't you run in the house? Okay, 2 things about running in a house. If it's not your house, the occupants probably will kill you. If it's their house, they know every nook and cranny of the house, so you're not safe in the person who's captured you's house. That's the one thing you have to understand. The only house you are ever safe in is your own house. And you're not really even safe there because people that come to visit you study your house. Understand that. Safety is a state of mind. The reality is the danger will always be real even when you're safe. Alright? Knowing 2 or 3 points about how to defend yourself with your hands tied is excellent. So we're going to finish that off right now with properization of kicks. Now I'm going to go at this angle so I don't get grass, wet mud, and possibly animal feces all over my screen. So you want to keep it basic. Alright? You want to keep it basic. Knowing your hand motion and your range of motion will save you in a fight. Your hands have become one hand for blocking and protecting. Boom, boom. You need to understand your block levels. Again, high, medium, low. High, medium, low. Understand that. Both sides. High, medium, low. High, medium, low. If you want to know why I brought up the knee, which means you haven't watched any of these videos, I brought up the knee because it's a whole lot easier to take that hit on the outside of your femur than one to the face. But also if they go for a foot sweep, you can lift your leg up, which means when they go past, you can return a kick. Now if a guy's running at you, boom, you keep it simple. Front kick. Say you want to add some oomph to it, you're doing kung fu now. Boom, boom. Understand? Now you're going to do karate. Boom, foot down, bring it back up. You see the difference? Karate, boom, doom, boom. Kung fu, boom, boom. Foot doesn't have to touch the ground. No wasted motion for kung fu versus karate. Alright? Now, you're going to throw a block. When you throw a high block high, you can pull your enemy. If you want to do kung fu, closest knee. You want to do karate, furthest knee. Now, I would advise you, if you want to hurt them and you want to be about power, that you would probably do karate. Boom, boom. Understand? You want to slow them down, and if you're precise, you want to do kung fu. Block, pull into the knee. Now, your follow through is going to be easier for karate than it would be with kung fu. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to believe it. So I'm blocking, boom, boom, because I just switched from karate back to kung fu. In case you didn't understand what happened. Kung fu, boom, boom. Now he's bent over. I can keep going with the judo throw, but his body might not like work that way. He might drop dead weight, which means I can't throw his big ass. But from here, I can pull him against this knee and break his elbow, which would be recommended. But I say you don't have time for that. where karate works a little better for you. So you've blocked him, you've pulled him, turned your knee in from here, that elbow or that elbow. This elbow was Kung Fu, this elbow was karate. Why? Because Kung Fu is directness, karate is power. Here's your difference maker, okay? Karate knee, boom, Kung Fu elbow. It's right there. Karate knee, boom, karate elbow. Now you see I add the power with the torquing of my hip and my elbow. Versus, boom, that was the first power hit, Kung Fu, that was the next move. So you learn what martial art works at what situation and what time. Now again, you want to run, you want him far enough away from you that you can do the best escape. He's coming this angle, and you want to go in that angle or that angle, outside to inside crescent kick. Looks like this from the outside. So you're going to put yourself in a position to run. He's coming outside to inside crescent kick. Bam! He's over there. Switch your hips. You're over here. You're out. You're good to go. Inside to outside crescent kick is going to put him over here, which will put you in that direction, which is the direction you need to go. Of course, there's a fence over there, or there's a wall. So you kind of got to be careful. You have to be aware of your surroundings and what move you intend on using. Inside to outside crescent kick looks like this. Alright, so you're going to put him in that direction so that you can run in that direction, which goes back to, again, if there's a wall or a fence there, be good at climbing with your hands bound, which is why you kind of don't want to do that. But let's say I did it. Inside to outside crescent kick. Boom. And he's over this way, and I'm going this way. We do it the other way. Boom. He's over this way, I'm going this way. Now hopefully you have learned something in this video. And if you haven't, then I'm sorry. Now for this pole technique, best reference I can give you is Jim Cotta. It is a very good movie. You should see it. Kurt Thomas uses the pole technique. He does it against Richard Norton also, when they're like shooting bows and arrows or some shit like that. He does it in The City of the Damned. You really ought to see it. And if they remake the movie, I should star in it. But anyway, we can keep it simple. We'll give you a little bit more. You know, guys coming at you, front kick, front push kick. You know, you want to keep that shit as simple as possible, because simple and basic is something that you're going to use versus fancy. Guys coming at you, no, I left the ground, which means he has the ability to catch me and scoop me up and throw me all over the place. But he's running at me, boom, I still left the ground, which means he can catch my foot, but I have backup plans for that. But in case you don't have backup plans for that, you're in trouble. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep it simple. Boom, it's a basic front kick. You know, you want to change up on him, boom, boom. You know, you want to keep that shit simple as possible. Fancy shit's going to get you in the hospital. So in real life, outside of the dojo, and this is my closing point right here, no matter who you are, no matter how great you think you are, 30% of what you learn in the dojo is the only thing that doesn't work in the dojo. The 30% that you've learned in the dojo that will work in the street is all you're ever going to use. Now, if you're doing sports karate and all that other stuff, good competition and everything, yeah, it's going to work in the dojo, because everybody's pretty much adjusted to the same fighting style and rules. When you get out here in the streets, there are no rules. That's rule number one. There are no rules. People aren't going to follow the dojo protocol. They're not going to say, well, you hit me too hard. You can't be tapping me like that. No, we are in the streets. I hit you with bad intentions so that you don't hit me with bad intentions. Now, the thing is, street fights no longer count as real fights, because if nobody's got their device recording it, then, just like everyone else, you're a sham. Well, here's the thing on that. I'm 47. I don't recommend anybody coming at me with no bullshit. You know, I've been fighting since before most of y'all was born. I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. And my weapons, even when I'm tied up, are still my weapons. Which means I've had excellent teachers. And if I mess up and I get knocked out or whatever, yeah, that's on me. Alright? But I'm going to tell you what works and what doesn't. Because you can see all the fancy shit. When I'm making these videos and I'm doing all the fancy shit, There's no one here. I'm not fighting anyone. I'm just showing you moves that I can do. But when you get into a real fight on the street, when there's somebody who's bigger than you or stronger than you, that fancy shit goes out the window. Trust me when I tell you that 30% is what you're going to rely on. Boom, front kick, side kick, block, double side, block, front round, turning round. You're going to rely on shit that's basic. Because basic is going to save your ass. Versus, oh, watch this. I'm going to do this tornado kick. Yeah. At what point in there was I open? The entire thing. Because when I go up, if you duck under that shit, bow! All of this is yours for the taking. All of it. And I'm going to go down. I might not even get a chance to hit the ground. Because after you hit me, you might catch me and then start slamming me around. Basics are going to save your ass in a fight. Reach hand, grab, knee. Reach hand, grab, knee. Elbow, elbow. You're going to learn what works for you when you get into a fight. 30%. I promise you. 30% of the 100 shit that you learn in the dojo, 30%. 30% is going to be all you ever going to need. Because when you get out here, sticks with nails in it come into play, broken glass bottles, weapons of all sorts. If somebody has a gun though, give them what they want. Run. They got a knife, give them what they want. Especially if you have other people to protect. Alright? It's not like in the movies. Movies, you don't get cut. It's a rubber knife. In real life, you will get cut. You will get stabbed. And worst case scenario, you will die. Keep the shit real. When you go to these dojos, I'm promising you, 30% of what you learn in that dojo works out here in the streets. Now, you could be someone like me who started off in the streets and learned martial arts to make you a little bit more dangerous in the streets. Or you could just be somebody who's been in the dojo and want to test your skills. So, let's see. I'm a dojo guy. Yeah, I got a black belt. I'm going to fuck you up. Okay. Well, there's good news and there's bad news for you. The good news is, you might fuck me up. That's a chance you gotta be willing to take. The bad news is, 30%. You coming at me and you talking all that bad shit. You start doing tornado kicks and all this other shit and I'm just watching. I'm reading you. I'm reading your range of motion. I'm reading everything that I'm going to need to do to end your shit before the fight really gets started. You sitting there, got some good jabs, got some good knees. I got all I got. I got everything I need. Yep. You got everything you need except for one thing. Truth. Understand truth. Because I can tell you right now, I've beaten quite a few black belts, and I don't have one. So, the belt system, is it really all that it's cracked up to be? We'll make a video about that in 5 minutes. Thanks for watching. Kung Fu Havoc number 2, be seeing you.